Hello, my name's Elizabeth Hallows and I'm a chartered physiotherapist and a freelance moving and handling trainer and advisor, and I'm here today to show you some slings from the Osprey Sling Company. The sling that I'm going to show you now is the universal sling. This sling is available in 6 sizes, 3 child sizes and 3 adult sizes, and comes with a 2-year warranty. I'm going to use it to hoist Darren here from his chair into the bed. Okay, so I'm going to make a start. The first thing I need to do is fit the sling behind and under Darren in this chair. The straps and the label of the sling always go away from the person's body. But I need to get this section of the sling here slightly under Darren's sacrum, the back of his bottom. So to do that, I'm going to gather the sling up. And I know that Darren can help me a little, so I'm going to ask Darren if he would just sit slightly forward for me. If he couldn't, I can use the sling itself to ease him forward. I'm going to tuck the sling down behind Darren and just get my fingers just round on his sacrum there, making sure as well that it's central left and right. The next job is for me to bring the leg straps of the sling down the side of Darren's legs and then tuck them through. And I need to think about my posture when I'm doing that, so it's important that I kneel down on the floor. Right, Darren, I'm just going to bring the sling down the side of your legs. I'm going to try to use my hand to ease that leg strap down so that I'm not dragging on Darren's skin. When I get down to this section, I need to lift Darren's foot and rest it on my leg. It gives me a little space in which, again, just to smooth the leg of the hoist through without dragging on his skin. And I'm going to do the same now on the other side. So again, I'm going to put my hand between the sling and his leg to relieve any friction, and then I'm going to lift his foot onto my leg and just use my hand further to ease the leg of the hoist through. Before I go on to attach the sling to the hoist, I'm just going to ask Darren to lean forward slightly, and I just want to check that the sling is still well down at his back. And I can take the opportunity now just to bring the shoulder sections of the sling around there. Now, with the leg straps of this sling, in order to prevent his legs from being apart as I lift him, which could be uncomfortable or undignified, I'm just going to pass one leg strap through this central yellow loop there. So we've now got the leg straps ready to attach. We've got the hip straps. I'll just find the other hip strap, there it is, and we've got the shoulder straps. The choice of colours and loops to use will vary from person to person that you're hoisting. With Darren, I'm going to try using the yellow shoulder loops and the longest grey on the hips and on the legs, and we'll see if that brings him up into a comfortable position. Okay, Darren, I'm going to bring the hoist across to you now. Is that okay with you? As you bring the hoist in, it's really important to control the spreader bar because they do whiz around quite easily. I'm going to drop the spreader bar now to about Darren's chest height, so that again I'm past his face, which I think is a little bit less intimidating for him perhaps. Okay, so I'm going to choose which loops to use, and with Darren I'm going to try and use the yellow loop. So I fold the grey one back out of the way so it's very clear just the yellow loop is available, and I slide it on to the spreader bar like that. I'll come and do the other side as well. So I'm folding the top one out of the way that I don't want, revealing the yellow one, and then simply sliding it on like that. The hips, I'm choosing to use the longest loop, and it's simply a matter of just putting it on there. By this time the spreader bar is getting more stable and I don't need to hold on to it quite so much. The legs, again, I'm going to try the longest loop with Darren of the 3 options, and again it's just a simple matter of sliding it over. Same on this side. The spreader bar now starts to be stabilised and it's easier to let go of it. Gives you 2 hands to work with. Okay, I think Darren's firmly attached to the hoist now. Okay, Darren, so we're going to start to lift. Now this is when people often feel that it starts to feel a bit awkward and people can sometimes get alarmed. So Darren, I'm just going to keep my eye on you. You tell me if it feels uncomfortable at any time, if you want to stop. Again, I'm just holding the spreader bar, ensuring that it's nowhere near his face. As the sling starts to get taut, I will just stop and again do a visual and a physical check. See that all the straps are fixed, and this one actually isn't quite, and I need to just slightly drop down and make sure that it's on the right place. Okay, we'll continue to lift out of the chair now, and now my focus is on Darren to make sure that he looks comfortable and happy in this sling. Is that okay for you, Darren? You can just let your legs relax actually. There you go. I need to lift him high enough that there won't be any dragging or shearing of his bottom as we go over to the bed. Alternatively, I could obviously lower the bed down to achieve the same thing. You'll notice if I turn the spreader bar sideways on that Darren is slightly reclined, but that's absolutely fine. He's heading into bed, so it's a perfectly appropriate position to use. Right, Darren, I'm just going to move you across to the bed now. I've checked that your bottom is not going to drag as we go. Okay, and I'm just going to try and make sure that I get you into the centre of the bed, and also that your heels don't drag as I lift your legs in. Right, I'm checking that you are roughly in the right position in terms of up and down the bed and left and right. And to get the best view, I'm just going to put my knee on the bed and watch as we start to come down. Okay, I'm just going to stop a moment because I want you to go slightly to your left. It's much, much easier to reposition the person while they're still in the hoist at this stage than get them down on the bed and then realise you need to move them around. So this is the time to do that. Okay, once Darren's bottom is on the bed, he won't move around any longer, and I can now come up to the head of the bed and offer just a little bit of head support. It's quite hard work holding your head up as the rest of your body is being lowered. You can just let your head relax there, Darren. That's it. Okay, once his head's down, take control again of the spreader bar. I want to get it low enough that all the straps are nice and loose, but not so low that I'm going to be in danger of squashing his chest as I carry on down. So they come off very, very easily now. Always make life easy for yourself. And the next job is to get this spreader bar and hoist completely out of our way. I can just undo the comfort strap there, and then I'm ready to raise the bed to the right height for me and assist Darren to roll and take the sling off.